Uh, Thank you guys for joining. We're with much of the creative team behind Jamie Marx's Dad. I'd like to start. Carter, you're a photographer.
Yes.
Was it something visual that struck you that said, I need to, when you were reading the book, I need to adapt this?
You know what? Reading the book, it was very clear from page one. It was like I could see all of these scenes. It was so crystal clear exactly what Gracie's room looked like, what the town looked like. So, and that doesn't always happen, for me when I read something. And so definitely it was visually striking. I mean,
he had this amazing book.
Oh, that's right.
These sketches, details.
Every single
sketches.
shot was.
It was like this size, just the entire script, and every scene, not every frame, but it showed, a shot of Liv or just the scenery, and it was, you could watch the movie through these pictures, and that I remember when I got up to Liberty to start shooting, you showed me the book, and it was beautiful.
Was
Very
it helpful?
exciting. Yeah. And Carter also, this is not visual, but sent me a CD that said "For Gracie"
Of music?
of music. Yeah.
There was a mix, a mix that I listened to thousands and thousands of times as I was adapting it. And one of the songs ended up in the movie.
Yeah.
It did. Yeah.
It's very, very evocative imagery that you have in the film. Was that in the script when you guys read it? Did you get the sense of the visual and the atmosphere, or was it more character stuff that drew you to it?
I mean, I personally could picture the tunnel really well because that was such a specific thing, and what it represented, and the train tracks too spoke to me a lot. And when I saw the locations, it fit perfectly.
But I think also I tend to, like, in writing, because I'm seeing everything, or I'm sort of visualizing things in my head, I don't put as much on the page as some people do, because I already know what it looks like, but then I forget that, like, people that are reading it for the first time don't have all of that. But that's why I do those books of pictures, to sort of act as a companion piece to the script.
How much work did you put into then production design and lighting so that when they show up, you're like, I was in my trailer for 10 hours.
Oh no, we didn't have
trailers. I was
standing
in a
around
cold
the
for 10 hours.
in a 15 pass. But yeah, I mean, the production designer that we worked with, Amy Williams, was amazing. I mean, I showed her tons of images, and in like meeting with different people, they would all send sort of visual presentations to me, and she sent me one that had several of the same exact images that I had pulled, and it was exactly like a perfect representation of the world. So I was like, okay, this is perfect for you.
Well, I don't want to really give anything away, obviously, but there are very strange circumstances. How did you guys work together, find a chemistry to enact those moments?
We got lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
luck plays a big part.
we've all become such good friends after this, and the chemistry, we didn't meet, any of us had never met before, and so I think a lot of it goes to Carter. I mean, he did most of the meetings himself, and he was kind of running the casting process, and that was cool to work one-on-one with the director, at least for me. And when we got to set, I feel like the cold really helped bond us together. I'm not even joking. It was cold. But
So I was gonna say trial by fire, but it's
trial
ice.
By ice. like in the process, like I met all of them individually, and like Morgan and Cameron never read together. Cameron and Noah never met for the first time on set, or when we were on location. So it was a lot of like me trying to. I spent hours and hours with kind of each of them talking about stuff and sort of figuring out, okay.
Yeah, lots of emails.
Yeah, lots of emails, lots of coffee, sort of trying to mastermind and figure out, like, okay, what is this going to be like when they get together in the same room?
Did you allow for improv in those moments, or was it really tightly scripted? Or did you not need it?
We actually had a lot of fun sequences where we were allowed to improv to, like, sort of build on the friendship and the relationship between me and Adam, and so that helped a lot. Those specific moments, running around, that frisbee scene, that was improv.
But even also, like once we got on set, I feel like I tried to be not so attached to the words on the page.
You did, but the words were very fitting. I didn't feel the need to change them.
Well, also, if I can say it, not even just the lines, but I felt so much freedom to just walk however and do whatever I wanted with my body and kind of put myself into this new character body, and he was so great about allowing that freedom, so it wasn't even about the lines.
Is that where you start with the character? Do you start with the physicality and start building out, or is it
Not
wardrobe,
always,
or is it?
but for me, this role was it was very animalistic to me. So I wanted to focus on making sure it looked like that.
How about you guys? Where do you start?
I'm particular about wardrobe. Not that that's where I start, but once I get into a character, I mean, I do a lot of reading of the script and of my scenes, but then wardrobe is really important to me, especially for someone like Gracie, who like has a very defined taste. And we had a really cool costume designer, Rachel, who was open to you guys too. I think.
didn't have much costume, but yeah.
But figuring out Jamie's physicality was pretty
Yeah,
specific.
yeah, it was.
That's-
Yeah,
Took some figuring out to figure out what he moved like and
Yeah.
how he held himself.
yeah. I
And the
mean,
makeup.
yeah, that helped a lot. I mean, we actually talking about like figuring out the lighting and like the look of it all. We actually had 2 full days of like makeup tests and like taking pictures of the full body makeup and seeing what it would look like in certain lights and figuring that out. And yeah.
I imagine you were very specific about this. Photographers were
Very, very specific. Yes.
It looks great though. It definitely added.
Yeah, those 2 days
Yeah.
of tests helped. If we'd only done 1 day of
Yeah.
tests, we would have been.
Then a whole different thing.
Yeah,
maybe.
it would not have been as good.
How different is this mode of working from doing a cable 1-hour show to you guys both?
Very, very different. I mean, an indie is a different thing, all on its own, a different animal. Just in that you get to set and it's like, let's make a movie.
Okay.
You're not waiting for someone to kind of order you around. I feel like you're all on a team as opposed to like
Part of
working
something.
for.
Uh-huh.
Not that that's exactly what it is. You're not working for your director, but it felt like very hands-on.
I feel like you
Because
get
we
to
were all
contribute.
stranded at the Days Inn in
Yeah.
Monticello, like together. In
Yeah,
a
exactly.
snowstorm,
Yeah,
like,
we were staying at a Days Inn, so that's a little.
and we were all there.
But it's a really cool experience, and refreshing as an actor.
I feel like on Jamie Marks, we all got to like contribute a little bit more to like the vision of it all, and Carter was like super open and was like more collaborative, whereas on the pilot, at least because I haven't shot the whole show, but I was more like servicing a vision rather than really trying to work it out and see what we could do with it and play. It's less playful, but it's interesting, but it's just not as.
I think also the producers were really great in trusting us.
Alex,
and they were there frequently.
every
but,
single day.
Yeah.
I've never seen a producer on television.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I think they really trusted Carter, and therefore trusted us.
Yeah, and they trusted you guys.
Yeah.
They loved what you guys were doing, so that helps.
Well, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Jamie Marks is Dead, premiering at Sundance. Thanks.
Thank
Good
you so
luck
much
with
for having
everything.
us.
Thank you.
Thank you.